Hello everybody, I'm out here. I'm gonna take a water sample for you guys. This is part of the lesson that we had, the PowerPoint of water sampling that we just did this previous week. I am out here by the college. Actually, the college is real close by. This is 24th Street and 9E. We're gonna take a sample from a main. This is a main canal right here, and what that means is that it always has water and it comes directly from the Colorado River. I will show you a site location here where I'm gonna take the sample, and then I'll do some other explanations of things as they come up, okay? So first of all, I had my hairnet on, my personal protective equipment. Now I'm gonna put my gloves on. You always need to have gloves, and ideally you would wash your hands, but out here there's no toilets or any hand washing stations. So I would just have to put my gloves on and disinfect the outside of the gloves. Since I'm not touching the inside of the bottles, it should be fine. So you get your gloves on first, and then you can start touching all the other equipment. Having a tough time with the gloves. All right, once you get your gloves on, and don't take like an hour like I do, you would get alcohol solution, and then open it up, spray some in your gloves, and then just rub it constantly so you can get every part of the gloves nice and wet. The alcohol will dissipate just with the wind, just because it's an alcohol solution. It will go away. Once you get that done, you might want to get the testing, the sampling tube, and give it a quick little alcohol rinse. The handle as well, because we're going to be touching it. Just rub that around, make sure that it touches everything inside the testing tube itself. So that way we disinfect the equipment, the sampling taking equipment. Now another important aspect of this, it's going to be your bottle. So this is the sampling bottle. This is a collection bottle. It's 100 milliliters, and I don't know if you can see it, but I'll mark it here with the marker. This is the 100 milliliter line right here. So that's where it has to have at least that much water for the lab to be able to take the sample. If it doesn't have that much, they will not be able to take the sample. They give you a little leeway up there if you want to take more than that. Usually, as long as you hit the line, that tube will take a lot more water than 100 milliliters. So it's got two labels. The bottle itself's got two labels. It's got the ID label. I'm just gonna name the ID for this one. This is the Weirds Ranch. So I would put W for Weirds. And then this lateral right here is lateral 14. And I just know that, so it's lateral 14. Type of water, this is canal water, surface water. So we put surface in there. Date and time, it's 12:20, so we would do 9/3 12:20. And then the location, it could be the cross streets, it could be a GPS coordinate, it could be the actual gate number itself. Here I'm just gonna use the cross streets, which is 24 and 9E. Okay, so you would do that in the cap, and then you would do that in the bottle itself, just in case the cap gets separated at the time at the lab the technician is doing the sample. You would do the same information. I'm not going to do it I'm just going to write it down as if I were. It's got your name. You would put your name, and then you're on your way. Put your company name. So after that, you would get the bottle, and the bottle has a seal there, and I'm going to snap it, and as soon as you turn it, the seal breaks off, and then you could open it. Inside the bottle, there is that solution I was talking about yesterday when I was in the PowerPoint about the chlorine, so you could break the biofilm. We would open the bottle without touching the inside of the bottle or the cap, get our sampling tube, and then we would go to the gate itself. So carefully, and I say carefully because a lot of us fall in the canals. It's happened before. It hasn't happened to me yet, but today might be the day. You will walk down into the lateral here into the gate, and you want to have the top top of the sampling tube facing down. And that's so you don't get any of that tension surface water above that might have dirt in it. So you push it down, and then once it's submerged, you turn it around and you lift it up. Okay? So once you got the sample, you would fill your bottle. This is way more water than 100 milliliters. So make sure you go past that line. Get rid of that water. Now carefully, we'll cap the bottle. Cap the bottle, and then this, pretty much I just took the sample. That was the whole sample portion of it. Once the bottle is capped, you would bring it up to your truck, to your vehicle, and then you would put it in your ice chest, right? And remember, it has to be an ice chest with wet ice. So pretty much you need water with ice in there to cover the sample completely. Once you do that, you want to work diligently, and remember, time is of the essence. You don't want to go past 4 hours, past 8 hours. 8 hours is the most you could do, because after that you're gonna start having bacteria multiply, and you're gonna start having bacteria giving you false readings that is not representative of your water source. So that might be a problem. You might have to do the samples again. Just with that in mind, you take your samples, drive around to your other canals, and then you would go to the lab and drop them off. You would fill out a chain of custody letter, and I'm gonna put a picture of it so you guys can see what it is. I'm not gonna fill it up right now, it's just too much work. From there, you would do a sanitary survey, and that's where we're gonna come back to next. All right, so we're back. After the water sample, then you would come down and you do a sanitary survey. So the water sample is actually about half a mile south from here, from where I'm at. This ranch in particular has an underground water system that brings the water from over there into the actual ranch, and then it feeds it into the canals here. It's still considered surface water, even though it's going underground in tubes, because it was surface water over there, surface water over here. And what you do here, this is basically a visual check or inspection of your waterways and anything that might convey water to the plants themselves. As you can see, we have cement canal, so most of our irrigation canals are going to be cement, and then you can see the gates for the actual ranch. So we would fill this with water, and then you would open that gate by pulling that lever, and then water will rush in, and we would do some furrow irrigation in between the furrows over there. I don't know if you can see them very well on the camera, but you have the furrows already made, and the beds, they're still pointy, but you would have the water go in there. And basically here what you're looking for is you're looking for anything that might be a problem in writing it down. For instance, here, I know it's still dry, but you can see there's some trash over there in that area. That's what we want to write down and prevent. So we would write down trash, and then we would basically make a list of the things that are wrong, and we would send somebody out here and have them come and clean it, right? There's field employees that this is part of their job, to come in and clean and make sure that when we open that gate over there and we get the water up to here, that trash is not overflowing and falling into our product. So basically you would just walk down the cement canal, and what you're doing is just checking. You're checking for trash. If there's cracks that are too big and not covered, like the ones that we have already there, those are good. You're checking for animal intrusions. This is our waterway, so we want to see if there was water, if deer came or coyote came or dogs to drink water off of it. And you're pretty much just walking the area. You're walking the area to make sure that nothing might contaminate this, that this might go and contaminate the product. Okay? So as I'm walking down the canals, what I'm looking for is cracks, trash, animal activity. In a sense, you're gonna walk, like here we would walk all the way over there. I'm not gonna do a whole ranch survey. So see, that's the college up there. I'm down here, but you would walk all the way up there, and you're basically checking anything that might be a problem in the future, right? Here, this would be the part of the field trip where you guys would be walking around and looking at stuff. But this is a perfect example of stuff that we're checking. We have rodent traps. If you ever see the T traps, these ones are called T traps because they look like an upside down T. And what we do is we put snap traps like this one here. It's just a rodent snap trap. It's a mouse trap, right? And you put them in both ends. And then what you do is you attach that cable into the trap. So if in case that a rodent does fall in there, that you're gonna be able to keep the rodent in there. The reason why they're T-traps is you could actually put a little bit of bait in there, and you can bait the rodents into coming into from the sides and the holes, and then they would basically be trapped in there before they even get to the bait. But you just kind of walk. This is the beauty about agriculture. You're out here in the middle of the day, just pretty much walking in your office. That's pretty much what it is. But once you keep walking, and if you find any trouble, like I said, you would write it down and let somebody know about it so they can fix it. You would focus on your entryways. So for instance, here, this is the same canal we're working on. This, you would open this gate, water would come flowing down on the tube, and it comes across the roadway, and it would come out right over here, and then you have your field right here, right? This is your production area. So then here the water would overflow, and then you could do for irrigation in this field, or you could have a pump right here where you're pumping the water into sprinklers. So that whole, you know, that whole sprinkler irrigation idea is based off of pumping water from the actual canal here into a pump into the sprinkler system itself. So that's what a water survey consists of, pretty much. You walking the canal systems yourself, making a physical inspection using your eyes, and those blocks are there to trap trash, so trash doesn't flow into the fields when it's coming out of the water. And I mean, basically that's all it is. It's just walking. This would be sanitary survey. You would do it. Some people do it twice a month. Some people do it every month. Sometimes people do it like once a season. But basically, this is what it consists of.